Let's now get the thoughts of De La Salle University Business and Commercial Law Professor Antonio Ligon. Professor, thank you so much for joining us. You've analyzed this Maharlika Investment Fund Law inside out. What are its advantages?
Well, its advantages is opening new doors for investment. And of course, we are not sure on how will this be effective, on how the return will be. There is no standardization. There is no parameters on how effectiveness it will be. I read the Senate bill version and the House bill, and that's not there, no. But of course, there's an implementing rules and guidelines they will prepare. They might, cover these items.
But how will this benefit? How will this benefit every Filipino?
That despite the challenges we're facing now, the economic challenges, not only in the Philippines but in the world, normally this sovereign investment fund is being done when you have surplus.
Correct.
Right now, we don't have surplus. We have deficits, and we are worried that it might increase the deficit.
And Senator Francis Escudero, professor, has described this Maharlika Investment Fund Law as a leap into the unknown. What are these potential unknowns? Will decisions of where to fund what, you think, be free of political interference?
Well, I would agree with that description. I have even another description on that. It's like diving into an ocean where you did not prepare the diver, no? Whether there will be sharks there or whether the water should be cold or shallow or very deep. So we are not really prepared for this. And I think it could have been subjected to public debates and preparation. Then we can avoid those worries. Now, we have a history of these things with behest loan, the other scandals we have, no? And our record with regard to that is not really on a clean slate. But of course, let's be positive about this, but I'm just worried that the independence, the integrity of the financial aspect will not be there, no?
Yeah. Because, Professor, the big question is, no, for many Filipinos who do not even understand this law, will it benefit the 110 million Filipinos? Will it really be a vehicle for economic growth? Will it jumpstart our growth from the current 6% to 7 or even 8%?
That's a good question, Rico. And the answer lies in the question itself. It does not assure benefit because you are going to put investment and you have the available resources instead of using them to long-term development for food security, education. You are putting this into some investment hoping that it will earn a good return. But what is the parameter of a good return for a country like ours? I've read the other sovereign wealth fund compared to our sovereign wealth fund, so to speak. Ours is too minuscule, too little to make an impact. And what we have to do right now really is to address the post-pandemic problem, the inflation, and of course the poverty that many people are facing right now. So it's like, it's like you have so many debts as a family, and yet here you are doing something to invest little of your money instead of paying your debt, no? A good investment or a good decision is to first pay off the debt, settle all the liabilities or even the whatever responsibility you have, and then once you have the surplus, that you can start thinking of investing.
Well, it seems like it's only the lawmakers, our congressmen and our senators who believe in this Maharlika Investment Fund. Many economic professors like yourself, even business groups, were totally against this Maharlika Investment Fund because we are a deficit economy, not like Singapore, which has Temasek, the Government Investment Corporation, or Norway, or Hong Kong, or other countries have surplus economies.
Yes, correct. The basic foundation or the basic origin why you have the sovereign surplus is, sovereign wealth fund is the surplus. May sobra ba? Then that's the time to think where to put this money. We don't have that. In fact, instead of thinking about investment first, let's think of minimizing, if not eliminating, our debt, no, which is ballooning. No, we could have the chance to start the sovereign wealth fund when we have some surplus. But right now, this administration started without any surplus, and with this so many spending, I'm really not so optimistic whether this will really answer the objective, the supposed objective they wrote into law.
All right.
I of course, I'm hoping that the commentaries, the observation, like of the UP Economics, at the UP School of Economics, and other respectable institution will be proven wrong.
Yes.
I hope. No?
Well, we'll have to keep our
It will
fingers
be good
crossed.
for the Philippines. But right now, looking at our situation and basic economics, we don't have surplus. The timing is off, and plus, of course, the accountability of these people. You know, if you check, there are so many exemptions given to the Maharlika Fund, but you see there is no proper safeguard,
Yes. Yeah,
the
okay.
accountability of those who will handle if they commit errors of judgment in terms of investing these funds.
All right.
These are the things
Professor?
that is missing. Of course,
Professor?
they will say there is implementing rules and guidelines, but let's see. And we should be vigilant about this.
All right.
The
Professor,
problem
Professor,
is,
Professor, I'm
It's
sorry,
not
Professor, I'm sorry I have to
into
jump in. We've run out of time. Thank you so much for your insights on this Maharlika Investment Fund Law, and keeping our fingers crossed that it will benefit every Filipino and our economic growth. De La Salle University Business and Commercial Law Professor Antonio Ligon.